Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel, and as the title says, this is my top 5 bronzers, and if you like to see my top 5 bronzers, please keep on watching. So I started this little series thing where I will just show you the 5 top products in my collection that I love makeup wise, and I did my blush. So this is my bronzer, and I plan to go through lipstick, lip liners, eyeliners, that kind of stuff. So if there's anything in particular you like to see first, or you think I should give priority to, please leave a comment below so that I can get to that before I, because I have a list of things, I want to do foundations, I want to do primers, I want face primers, eye primers, pencils, lip, eye, mascaras, etc. So if you would like me to do any of those things and give them priority, please leave a comment below. Top 5 bronzers, and I have them right here with me, and they range from drugstore to high end. And the first one I'll start with is what I'm actually in project plan with, and that'll be my e.l.f. blush and bronzer duo in St. Lucia. I love the bronzer, and this is what it looks like, and I am just really working feverishly to finish this bronzer. And it's nice, I would say it's not a chocolate brown, but I call it like a brown sugar brown, and it has like gold flexes in it. I use this to contour, I don't use this to bronze my face. Well, I use it mainly to contour, and like my foundation that I'm using is a bit lighter for my skin since I did go to the beach and got tanned. So I actually use it to bronze hair and bronze out a bit, to just darken my complexion a little bit. But generally I don't use it for bronzing, I just use it for contouring. So, and it has the gold flecks do not show up at all, and this is what it looks like. As you can see, it appears to be matte, but when you look at it in the pan, it is shimmery. And I think for me this is a really great face bronzer. Now you will not see these really clearly because they're not that really dark and cut crease kind of sharp in terms of how dark they are, but I really like that. It gives me a contour, yes, that's still pretty natural enough, and I don't look overly crazy. Next would be my NYC Smooth Skin bronzing powder, and this one is the 720A Sunny. Now this one is a new one because I did finish one of these already, and I did project plan this a while back, and I did finish this. This is just another this is just my backup that I have not reached to as yet, and I will not swatch it, but I will try to look get pictures from Google and link someone's blog where they have this swatched, so that you can see what it looks like swatch. I don't want to swatch it because I do have other bronzers at this time, something of course did fall from this, that I am currently using and I need to finish, so I'm not going to swatch this, but I will try and link if I can in the video or in the description bar of swatches of this product. Next I would have to include this Milani bronzer in medium. Now this is a bit dark for me, and this is what it looks like. Doesn't come with a mirror. I have tried using this once or twice, but it is super dark. It reminds me a lot of the e.l.f. blush and bronzer duo, but it's just it's like darker and lots more pigmented, but it has the same kind of brown tone to it. And I don't know if I show you them side by side if you're going to see it, but this is just super pigmented. It's like really pigmented. So I use a really light brush. Are you guys able to see? If you look at them in the pan, they this one is more like a yellow brown as against this one is like a red brown, but on the skin they appear pretty similar, but just this one is like really pigmented. So those are my 3. And then for high-end, I killed this at one point. This is my Stila bronzer in shade 02. This is Stila Sun bronzing powder in shade 2. And I used to use this, and I have just a little sink here, but I used to use this for contouring when I now started makeup, because I was afraid. Not now started makeup, when I started using bronzers to contour, and I finished a whole one of this. This is my second one. I got this, but have not been using it that much because it's not as dark as I would have liked it to be. Plus, I think then I was a little fair too, so but I use this now and then to give myself an all-over glow. And a glow, like just to tone down. Like if I have foundations that are lighter, I use this to kind of bronze around to match my complexion. And that's what it looks like, and that's it here on the skin. It's again much more it's a bit more pigmented than the e.l.f. Very smooth and creamy. It's more of a yellow toned kind of bronzer. It's not like a ready brick kind of bronzer, and I just find that this blends into the skin like really amazing. And I could still use this to contour, but it's gonna look super natural, so I'll have to have a nice foundation that's pretty much like my exact complexion, so that when I put this, it just gives a nice flush, not flush, what's word, nice natural bronze, in natural contour, in that, you know, my face looks really nice. So I really love this, and I would repurchase this, even though this is I don't know if this is available still, but if it is, I definitely would recommend if you were like an NC 42 or lighter. It's a really nice bronzer. I love it. And my last is from the MAC, and it's the Refined Golden bronzing powder, and this is from the Style Warrior collection, and I know they were in the yellow packaging collection. I can't remember, was it Neo Sci-Fi? No, about Neo Sci-Fi, no, I don't know, but it was a yellow packaging bronzer, and this is what it looks like now. I've really used this. I killed this before I got my e.l.f. blush and bronzer duo, and it's very, very, very similar, and I will show it, give you a show them side by side. They do have gold reflects in it, but when swatch, I don't find that it shows up, and that's it up here. I don't find that it shows up like really, really crazy. But it's lighter. It's just as light as the e.l.f. one, which are these two here. They're very, very similar. So as you can see, I like similar. Like I don't have like a variety, maybe in a color kind of thing. I just realized that I stick to one kind of type of bronzer. But this one again is I find it's a little more more brown than the Style Warrior one. Well, MAC's Refined Golden. But I love both. I think if I have to choose between, my top will definitely be the e.l.f. and the MAC Refined Golden. They're the two that I use a lot. Now I do have the Chocolate Soleil bronzer. I don't too like that. It smells yummy. You want to lick it and eat it and jump on it, yeah, but it's not, I don't think it's like a go-to. I have had it there and have not used it, and that's a bird, sorry about that. And I actually have Mars Laguna here, and I just want to show you it as compared to the e.l.f. version. And I know that everyone says it's a dupe. Can you see the difference? Hope my lighting. This one is actually much lighter. This one is really lighter than the e.l.f., the Laguna. It's lighter than the e.l.f. This is more yellow. This has more, even though I think, yeah, it has a little more red undertone in it. The e.l.f. has more gold, has more like a golden, well, they both have a lot of shimmers, but this one appears to have more. But when applied, it's about the same, and I can try and swatch them on separate fingers to you guys. So that's the e.l.f. and the NARS. The NARS is creamy and buttery, by the way. Can you see the difference? Yes, this one is more like yellow, and this one has more of a brick red. But this is not as more red tone as the Sunny and against the Milani. So they're really different, and I'll swatch them in my inner hand for you guys to see, because I'm lighter there. So as you can see, this one was the NARS and this is the ELF, and this here is the ELF, and this is the NARS and this is the ELF. So the ELF is, for me, is much more pigmented than the NARS, and in preference I would definitely choose the ELF over the NARS. The NARS has more shimmer, so that if I think I want something to really give me a bronzy, glowy kind of look, I will definitely go with the NARS. But if I want like a nice contour, etc., my choice will be the ELF. And I have already secured a backup. This is the St. Lucia one. I have the Turks and Caicos and the Antigua, and I have not reached to those as yet in terms of opening them and using them. I do have, like, I think 2 from other ELF, the Essential line. Plus I have my NYC. So I'm playing around with these. These are the current ones that I am loving, and as I try to use up stuff within my collection, my top favorites may change, and yeah, I'll do another video then. But thank you so much for watching. I hope this was helpful for those of you who are looking for a nice bronzer and something, you know, both high-end and inexpensive to make your decision. I didn't realize that I did have drugstore and I did have high-end until I now like set it up here to do. So I'm glad it has both. So again, I wear for MAC like an NC 42, 43-ish. Sometimes I could wear an NW 25, because like how I'm tan, I got a little red, so that was working for me also. So yeah, that's it. So thank you for watching, and stay tuned for more top 5. I need to do 10 top 5 favorites. So until next time, bye bye.